the uh like fever next year. But Gabriela Jaquez is expected to be there around 10. She is expected to be there around 10. And I'm going to be honest. Like, she could be a near perfect pickup for the Fever. Why? Because she is a competent shooter. I'm not going to say she's a great shooter. People will be like, oh, look at her percentages. I mean this. If you go purely on percentages from Gabriela Hack.
Gabriela Hacks was the standout performer in the NCAA championship, arguably the most dominant individual on the floor by a considerable margin. Beyond the on-court performance, something worth paying attention to is the public endorsement she received from Caitlin Clark via social media. The significance of that cannot be understated. Clark has previously given public nods to Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and Lexi Hull, all of whom are essentially locked in as future Fever additions.
If you go purely on percentages from Gabriela Jaquez, she is basically going to be she was so much better when she was playing or when she was in non-conference play. But if you look at the mock drafts from CBS, Gabriela Jaquez is projected to be there at 10. Tanaya Latson's there at 10, goes to Indy. Gianna Neepkins is supposed to be gone. My expectation is that
pattern matters. Hacks is currently projected around the 10th pick in most mock drafts, including the CBS projection, with that selection belonging to Indiana. The expectation is that Gia Nepkins will be off the board before Indiana picks, which would likely push the Fever toward a top 3 selection sequence of Hacks, Nepkins, and Martin in some order depending on availability. If Hacks remains on the board when Indiana is on the clock, the combination of positional fit and the Clark endorsement makes her an almost certain target.
On the board for Indiana, I think Indiana, if Neepkins is on the board and Jaquez, I think they're probably going to go Jaquez, Neepkins, Martin. That'll be my projection for the top 3 picks that Indiana would like to make. And if Jaquez is on the board, first of all, Jaquez fits. Second of all, you've got a Caitlin Clark cosign. When you've got the Caitlin Clark cosign, it's a big one, especially.
The Clark connection deserves more context. This is comparable to LeBron James publicly supporting Shabazz Napier while in Miami or Colin Sexton during his Cleveland tenure. It does not mean a franchise player dictates personnel decisions outright, but organizations do tend to align with what their cornerstone wants within reason. Clark vouching for Hacks, given that Hacks is already being mocked to Indiana independently, carries real weight.
When you've got the Caitlin Clark cosign, it's a big one, especially when Jaquez is there or thereabouts going to be there for the Fever. Like, she's not dumb. This is LeBron James with Miami tweeting about Shabazz Napier. This is LeBron James in Cleveland tweeting about Colin Sexton. It's not necessarily that, oh, she controls a franchise. It's that these teams will do what their franchise player wants. They will.
On the basketball itself, Hacks is a competent shooter rather than an elite one. The season averages of 13 points and 58% from the field look strong on the surface, but the three-point numbers tell a more complicated story. During non-conference play, she was genuinely efficient from deep, shooting at a high clip across multiple outings. Once conference play began, the numbers dropped considerably, with stretches of 1 of 4, 1 of 5, and similar outputs becoming the norm.
They will. To an extent. Like, they're not, I don't know if they do anything crazy, but like to an extent, they will do what their franchise player wants. So what we will probably see is, we are almost certainly going to see, if she's on the board, Gabriela Jaquez going to the Fever. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Fever's draft prospects in a little bit, as well as free agency. But if you're looking here again, front office, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, well, we just need them not to snatch.
She did not return to shooting above 50% from 3 until the Big East tournament. Labeling her as an elite 3-and-D option overstates the case. Calling her a strong connective piece who fits well next to a primary creator is more accurate. For Indiana specifically, Hacks addresses a real need and the pick would not be a poor one by any measure.
Them not to snatch her from first. I do think there is her first double-double, wow, okay, in a championship game. I do think there is a legitimate argument to be made that she could go. There was a good while that she was projected to the Aces no matter what. no matter what. But like on the year, she's had a really good season. Like 13 points, 58% from the field. But it's funny, she shot 38% from three. But if you look here, I'll go game log. So she was absolutely unconscious from three.
The comparison to Nepkins is close. Nepkins offers more size and may ultimately be a more physical defender. Hacks has a quicker release and better anticipation defensively. Neither option represents a dramatic upgrade over the other, but both make sense for what the Fever are building.
I'll go game log. So she was absolutely unconscious from three. And here's her 3-point shooting. 1 of 3, 4 of 7, 2 of 6, 2 of 3, 0 of 4, 3 of 5, 3 of 5 of 6, 1 of 3, 3 of 4, 5 of 6, 2 of 5. And then suddenly she gets into conference play. 2 of 2 of 2 of 3. Hits them here. 2 of 1 of 1, 1 of 4, 1 of 4, 1 of 3, 1 of 5, 1 of 1, 2 of 7. And then it took till the Big East tournament before she shot 50% from three in a game again. And
the broader draft class is not particularly deep. There is not a clear candidate who projects as an immediate contributor better than Lexi Hull. The one prospect with genuine star ceiling is A-Fam. Beyond that, the class thins out quickly.
Shot 50% from three in a game again. And I don't know if she's that much, like, if she's that great a shooter. I don't think she's a bad shooter. She's competent. Like, everybody like, oh, she's this absolutely elite 3-and-D player. I think she's a great connective piece. I think she's going to be a solid player. I think if the Indiana Fever do end up signing Gabriela Jaquez or drafting Gabriela Jaquez, it's not going to be a bad pick. Like, it's really not going to be a bad.
This is not a repeat of 2023, which featured unusual depth because of the mass of fifth-year seniors exhausting their COVID eligibility. That wave has passed, with only players who held redshirt years, such as Charlie Ledger, Walker, or Douglich, remaining as exceptions. The first round does appear likely to be heavily represented by UCLA. Kiki Rice, Gian Nepkins, Lauren Betts, and Gabriella Hacks are all considered safe first-round selections.
From Atlanta. But you never know, because if there's any... if there's any justice, please let me have a team with Angel and Brittany Griner on the same team to cover. Please let that happen. I mean, honestly, wow. Taylor Rooks of NBA on Prime, really? Angel Reese is headed to the Atlanta Dream. Sources tell me the Atlanta Dream and Chicago Sky have agreed to a trade.
Douglich and Ledger Walker do not project as first-round value picks regardless of their championship pedigree. If the first round ends up being half UCLA players and half international prospects, that outcome would not be surprising given how the class is currently shaping up. The chaos has officially arrived. Angel Reese has been dealt to the Atlanta Dream, and the fallout across the internet has been exactly as unhinged as anyone who follows this league would expect.
Agreed to a trade. She broke it. Angel Reese says, an Angel's dream. Of course, she's not going to miss Chicago because she hates her teammates. We all know that. We found that out last year when she drowned them all like baby kittens in a tote sack viciously when she drowned her teammates last year. And I'm sorry for the visual, but I'm just keeping it real.
The deal was first reported by Taylor Rooks of NBA on Prime. The terms, per the trade breakdown, Atlanta picks up Reese along with a 2028 second-round pick swap. Chicago walks away with a 2027 first-round pick and a 2028 first-round pick. 2 first-rounders.
I'm just keeping it real. So, trade summary per Annie Constable. Atlanta Dream get Angel Reese and a 2028 second-round pick swap. Chicago Sky get a 2027 first-round pick and a 2028 first-round pick. You gave up 2 first-round picks for Angel Reese? What? Okay. Okay. I guarantee you, some people will actually believe in their own little minds that
for Angel Reese. That's the trade. The reaction split immediately into 2 very loud camps. One side calling it a straight robbery of the Sky 2 firsts is serious draft capital, no matter how the argument gets framed.
that Chicago got fleeced. Yeah. Okay. Then Jeff said, good riddance, probably. At least we now know she is not a franchise player for any team. Oh, but you got some mad. Oh, F y'all bitch ass franchise. Whoa, they're mad, boy. They are mad.
The other side treating it like a clearance sale, relieved to move on and openly saying Chicago got better by subtraction. Both groups were equally fired up, and the comment sections reflected that energy in real time, racking up over 120,000 views within 45 minutes of the news dropping. The Chicago faithful didn't take it quietly. Plenty of fans directed serious frustration at the front office, with some calling it the worst organizational decision they'd witnessed.
Mad, boy. They are mad. I'm loving this. I am loving it. Boy, Jeff, F you. Man, the crash out. Thank you for the crash out. Yeah, never seen a franchise tank like this. Oh, this is wild. F Jeff, we free. I wonder how y'all gonna get asses in the seats now. Y'all wasn't selling out in Chicago with Angel Reese. What the hell are you talking about? How
Others pushed back hard, insisting giving up 2 first-rounders for a player who openly checked out of the franchise was an overpay by Atlanta regardless of the talent involved. The fact that Reese had made her desire to leave fairly obvious through her on-court disposition, her sideline demeanor, and what could generously be described as a complicated relationship with her teammates made the price tag even harder to justify for some. For Atlanta, the immediate conversation turned to fit and potential. Camila Cardoso, remaining on the roster, drew real excitement from people who felt she'd been held back and was about to showcase what she could actually do.
How big is that place down there? With the gray court? The sad gray court. How big is that? Is that what, 4,200? Is it 4,200 seats? Somebody actually said we're going to have to move games to State Farm Arena. Okay. Okay. Got to be one of the worst trades I've ever seen. Free Camilla also. Y'all don't.
Olivia Miles entering the picture alongside her only added to that anticipation. The offensive rebounding upside Reese brings is undeniable. The shooting concerns are equally real. The venue question surfaced quickly too.
Free Camilla also. Y'all don't deserve her either. Let me correct this. Thank God Camilla is free. She's about to ball out. Woo-wee! She is about to wreck it. Olivia Miles and Camilla. Oh, boy. What is going on here? Worst franchise in sports organizations. Woo-wee!
Atlanta's home floor holds a modest number of seats, and some fans were already floating the idea of moving select games to State Farm Arena to handle the expected demand. Whether that materializes depends heavily on how the season opens. The Brittany Griner angle is still unresolved. If she remains in Atlanta, the combination of her and Reese on the same roster would be genuinely appointment television.
Woo-wee! Angel fans that are in Chicago, not happy. Not happy. Everyone's mad, but Angel wanted the trade. I mean, look, you got to believe that she wanted out. She did everything in her. She sat down. She wouldn't play. You name it. Honestly, drowned her teammates. What made you think she wanted to be there? Finally,
most speculation leans toward Griner returning to Phoenix, but nothing is confirmed. Bottom line, Atlanta took a swing on a polarizing, high-profile player and gave up real draft value to do it. Chicago flipped a disgruntled star into future assets. Whether either side made the right call won't be clear for a couple of seasons, but the immediate drama more than delivered.